Hello students, today we are learn about the remaining features of landscape gardening. In last lecture, we were learn about some features of landscaping, that is hedges, edges, arches and pergolas. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about the remaining features of landscaping. Then we have discussed about the next features of garden, that is terraces and steps. The first we have discussed about steps of garden. Steps in a garden, it help to break monotony effect of a garden and it help to climb up over a terraces. Generally, for making of steps, some materials are used like bricks, concrete, stone, wood or gravel. By using of such material, there is a possible we have to made steps in a garden. If gravel is used, the gravel can be held in a position with a stone retaining in a wall. And generally, the grass should not be used in the step as it becomes slippery when watered. Generally, when watering time or after the watering or during rainy season, if there is a grasses on a step, the step it become a slippery. A flight of steps supplemented by plants through flowers with some special lighting appears more decorative in gardens. If we discuss as width and height of the step should be wide with low riser, and steep and narrow steps are unsuitable in a garden. If we discuss as terraces in a garden, generally in hilly tracts or in hilly areas, it is not possible to have large space of land in a one plane for laying a garden, and hence gardens are laid out in a terraces. Generally, terraces are natural phenomenon of garden and terraces it help to break monotony effect in a garden. The land for gardening may not have any natural undulation for terracing in case of plain landform. And if there is a natural undulated in a garden or any natural undulating in a garden, the terraces or undulated portion of the garden, it help to break monotony effect and help to bring novelty into the garden and it help to enhance the beauty of the garden. For a household garden, one may remain content with making one terrace only, so that steps and terraces are important features of the garden. It having more value in the garden. Steps generally it help to climb up over a terrace, and if there is a undulating area or hilly area, terraces is essential to break monotony of garden and it helps to enhance the beauty of garden. Then we have discussed about next features, that is topiary in a garden. Topiary is a art of developing the plants or training the plants into different forms or different shapes like animals, birds and arches. For making of topiary, it required skill, it required art, and generally it is the process of training of plants to form different shapes like animal, birds and arches. Generally we are seen in the garden some animals, birds, arches, such type of structures were created by using of plants. For making of such structures, the plant should be amenable for repeated pruning. That means those plants we are using for the making of topiary work, the selected plant should have responsive for repeated pruning, that means pruning and clipping, and also flexible with more vegetative growth. Some plants are suitable for making of topiary work. If you want to making the topiary work in a hilly areas, generally Cupressus macrocarpa and Pinus spatula, such a hilly species are suitable for making of topiary works. And generally in plain garden, some species like Casuarina species, Caesalpinia species, Bougainvillea species, Jasminum species, such species are more suitable for making of topiary work. In these slides, we can see here some images like elephants or some other images. They were created by using of plants, and generally for making of such type of topiary work it enhances the beauty of the garden, and generally shrub group plants are used for making of such works. And also we can see here different structures where these are developed by using of topiary work. Those plant species we can select for making of such a type of structures. Generally, the plants are amenable for frequent pruning and training, and plants should be responsive for frequently pruning and clipping of the plants. Okay, so topiary work is the important features of the garden. If you add such a features in a garden, it helps to increase the beauty or enhance the beauty of the garden. Then we discuss about next features, that is trophy. Here the meaning of trophy, that means it is the arrangement of potted colorful foliage or flowering shrubs or flowering annual or herbaceous perennial plants. These all plants are arranging around the tree or any central object such as statue or any stone sculptures. And if you arranging this plant according to its hierarchy or according to its different height, that means we can say here arrange in a tiers according to its height, according to its color of flower, and according to its morphology. In this slide, some images are pasted here. We can see here the plants are arranging around the objects, like there are some stone objects, there are some sculptures are there, and these plants are arranging on a surrounding of these objects. Also, we can see here there is one of the central statue is there, and we can arrange the plants likewise surrounding to the statue. These structures or arranging of these plants surrounding of these any objects, it help to increase the beauty of the garden. So trophy is essential objects or essential features in a garden. Then we have discussed about next features, that is garden all. A garden should be such that one should enjoy from inside the garden and should also be visible from outside. Garden all is essential for a garden for point of view protective purpose. And generally these garden alls are constructed at the boundary of garden. That means garden all it help to define boundary of garden. The main purpose of this garden all is for protection purpose. But garden all should be in a such a way that one should enjoy the inside the garden, and also it should also be visible from outside structures. But sometimes from a safety or beauty point of view, for example, to obscure the ugly sight of the open drain, it may be necessary to erect a brick, concrete or stone wall along the periphery of garden. Garden all, there is a possible we can develop or we can erect or we can plant it by using of live spacing, or also there is a possible we can erect by using of brick, by using of concrete, by using of stone. But garden wall we can erect by using of brick, concrete or stone. There is a possible we can enjoy inside the garden, but it hides the outside of the area. That means it creates a invisible from outside of a area. But according to its compromisation is to have low brick, generally concrete or stone. Generally we can erect the garden wall up to the height of 60 to 90 centimeter height, and we can put the some grills over the wall. And to break the some drabness of a concrete or brick wall, one may grow creeper-like plants on a wall. When these plants are grow on a wall, it helps to hide the drabness structures and it helps to enhance the beauty. For example, Ficus repens, such type of plants are suitable to creep or to grow over the wall structures. So, garden wall is very essential for point of view beauty or for point of view safety or protection purpose of a garden. Then we discuss about next features, that is rockery. A rock garden is the arrangement of rock. Arrangement of rock, that means it is a skillful arrangement of rock one another to each other. And plants are grow in crevices. Here the meaning of crevices, that means when stones are placed one another, the space between two stones, this portion is called as crevices. And this crevices portion, it is possible we can fill up by media, and possible there is a we can planting the plants for beauty purpose. This is intended to bring together in a short space. Generally in garden, the short space are allotted for these structures. It is an idea of a mountain or alpine gardens. We know mountain garden or alpine gardens. Generally, it is one of the idea we can represent the structures like mountain or alpine garden in a plain garden or ornamental garden. And in these structures, the plants are growing in the crevices of rocks. This is an elevated structure resembling a miniature mountain or slopes of a hilly area or with few dominant peaks or valley. These structures are represent the miniature mountain or valley in the garden along with ornamental plants. For planting or creating such type of structures, it required stones and ornamental plants. Stones are placed one another and ornamental plants are planting in between crevices of stones. And those plants are comes under cacti and succulent group, generally agave, aloe vera, pseudium, yucca, neophodium, that means ferns, polypodium, Vinca rosea, these are the flowering plants, and verbena. Such type of plants are suitable for to making a rockery in a garden. Then we discuss about next features, that is dry wall. All are wall planted with different plants is termed as dry wall. In these features, wall is constructed by using of dry stones. And the main objects of this dry wall to increase the beauty of the garden. The intention of creating a wall garden is to develop a unique and peculiar structure, which is not common in Indian type of garden. In this method, plants are growing in the crevices of stone. Generally, first, the wall are constructed by using of dry stones, and plants are growing in the crevices of stone. That means those are the space between two stones. This space is called as crevices, and plants are growing in the crevices of the stone. After the planting of these plants, when these plants are grow, these plants are hanging down to the face of the drywall and look more beautiful, and are become a common features of a English garden. Generally, drywall is a common features of English garden. It is very interesting features of a landscape gardening, and generally the dry walls are retention walls with only one surface are available for gardening, and planting or any other surface, or that means opposite surface, is supported against the vertical or near a vertical face of two different levels of landscaping. That means in drywall, only one surface or only one front side is available for gardening or for planting of plants, and opposite structure there is need we can provide a strong support to hold the dry wall. So drywall is the important features of garden, and generally these are the common features of English garden. The main purpose of drywall, it helps to add the beauty of garden. Then we have discussed about next features, that is carpet beds or carpet bedding. In a large public garden, a close growing plants like verbena or alternanthera are used to form certain designs or letters or alphabets. For making of carpet beds, some plants are suitable, but those plants having ability to grow ground level, it having ability to produce profuse branching at the base, and those plants having ability to withstand frequent cleaning and trimming or training. That means responsive for frequent training and clipping, and those plants it having its attractive foliage. By using of such a plant, there is a possible we can make a design of letter or alphabets. But such carpet bedding in a garden, these are troublesome to maintain in a good health. That means it require more attention, it required more management. That means the plants should be trimmed time to time, and these plants are not allowing to overgrow. Otherwise, it disturb the design, or it disturb the specific shape or specific form of letters or any alphabets. For example, some species are suitable like verbena, alternanthera, coleus, verbena, and pileia. Such plants are suitable for making a carpet beds in a landscape. Then we discuss about next features, that is flower beds and borders. Several flowering annuals and herbaceous perennials can be grown in beds and borders. Flower beds in a garden, these are simple design and can be laid out on the outskirts of lawns along the foundation of building. The path leading in the entrance of the house and one side of the footsteps. Border means the continuous bed of more length than width, containing plants of herbaceous characteristics. Here, in flower beds, only one kind of plants we can use for making of flower beds. But in borders, if you think about the borders, it is a continuous bed, more length than width, and containing plants of heterogeneous characters. Containing plant of a heterogeneous character, that means varying in characters. That means, as compared to flower beds, the flower border having more length than width. It is called as flower border. And if you discuss as a flower bed which are composed of plant with only one kind of plant, by using of only one type of plant, only one type of species. And borders are named as shrub border, herbaceous border or mixed border by using of different kind of plants, and according to the using of plant there are different names. If shrubs are used, shrub border. If herbaceous plants are used, herbaceous border. If mixed plantation, that is annual, biannual or perennial ornamental, if you use for the making of border, it's called as mixed border. So flower beds and borders are also important features of garden. Then next feature is shrubs and shrubberies. Shrub form a part of framework of a garden and create a very pleasing picturesque effect if selected and planted carefully. And shrubbery is a border planted with different kinds of shrubs, and a shrub border is one where only one kind of shrub is used. Shrubbery is a border planted with different kinds of shrubs. Shrubbery is a border planted with different kind of shrubs. And shrub border is the one where only one kind of shrub is used. Here, shrubs are differ from shrubberies. Shrubbery means border planted with different kind of shrubs. And shrub means planted with only one kind of shrub plants. Shrub borders of informal, that means it allowed to grow without trimming. Or shrub border with formal, that means trim in a particular height. That means formal shrub border or informal shrub border. Formal shrub border means trim with particular heights, and informal, that means we can allow to grow without trimming. Some examples like some foliage shrubs and flowering shrubs there is a possible we can use for making of shrubs and shrubberies. Some example like hibiscus rosa sinensis, nerium, ixora or bougainvillea species, and also some foliage shrubs like acalypha, codium or manihot. Such type of species there is a possible we can use for making of shrubs and shrubberies. Then next we will discuss about drives, roads, walks and path. All these should occupy minimum space and not to be many in number. Generally, drives, road, walks and path, these occupy minimum space in the garden. It should not be many in number. And this should serve to link one part to the other parts. That means drives, roads or path, it should be connected to each other. That means serve or link one part to the other part. Path may be made up of earth, brick, concrete or pave. Earth, brick, concrete or pave. And pave paths are particularly effective in a informal garden. That means paving can be done by flat stone or concrete slabs or bricks. Sometimes paving with irregular size stones to create an odd pattern which will result in a crazy path. We can, by using of paving, we can create a crazy path. It helps to enhance the beauty. And the interspaces can be planted with the ground spread, that means ground cover or ground grasses. So drives, road, walks and path are essential in a garden. It should be occupy minimum space and also should have link from one part to the another part. Okay, these are the important features of garden. Then we will discuss about the last features of landscape gardening, that is lawn. The green carpet for landscape, it is called as lawn. Generally, lawn is called as heart of garden because without lawn, there is not possible we can consider as a complete garden. So, it is a basic features for a home ground development as well as it is a basic features of any other type of garden. Lawn provides background effect for a perfect setting of flower beds, border, shrubbery or any other specimens or any other features in a garden. There are so many species of lawn, that is Cynodon dictylon, that means in local name it is called as Hariali or dove grass. Then Korean grass, scientifically it is called as Zushia japonica. Then Korean velvet grass, that means Zushia tenuifolia. Kentucky bluegrass, that means Poya partensis. And there are some species are suitable to grow under a shade, that means shade loving grass. It is also called as buffalo grass, that means Stenotaprum secundatum. These all are the species. This can be used for commercially to lead in a garden according to the structure, according to the morphology and according to the type of garden. So lawn is also important features of the garden. It is a basic features of every type of garden. So today we have stopped here. Thank you for your attention.